Prince Harry finally gave his testimony yesterday, 2:30. I mean, I wonder whether you feel like anything that you've seen or read from the case has landed a blow on either side of the argument, whether Prince Harry's found that one stinging bit of evidence that shows that there was some phone hacking, or equally they've landed a blow on Harry to say what you're saying isn't enough.
Well, I mean, we had a lengthy discussion about this yesterday. I mean, my view is that clearly, I mean, why would these newspaper groups be paying out vast sums of money to settle out of court if nothing bad had been happening? And I think it feels quite gaslighting to say to somebody who has basically been stalked as a young traumatised boy from, like, the age of 11 to say, it's all in your head, mate. There's nothing. Because I think he knows what's gone on. I actually felt his testimony, certainly the readout of his testimony from yesterday, was actually very powerful. He clearly got quite emotional as well, where they said to him, look, is this really hard for you? And he was like, yeah, it is. A lot. It's a lot.
Quentin, what he doesn't have, other than an assumption that he was hacked, is evidence. It seems, you know, there's no email, there's no message, there's no conversation he's recorded. He doesn't seem to have that, and it will be, I presume, up to the judge to make the, you know, to come to the conclusion that the weight of his assumption proves that he was hacked.
No jury in this. It's an important point. It's very ill-advised, I think, to try to predict how legal cases go. We're not in the court case. We're not in the courtroom, so we're not following it. Every boring sort of jot and tittle of it. Courts tend to decide things on the stark law rather than on the sort of more emotive aspects of things. And Prince Harry has taken a risk. Now, I have no particular strong views about him. You have to be aware in court cases that you are going to be judged on the law of the matter rather than on just your sort of Californian feelings about things. And is he possibly a celeb who wants to be looked at rather than written about? Well, that's not actually a possible luxury.
But one thing I would say is that, you know, there's obviously a lot of trashing Prince Harry, which he completely went, you know, eyes wide open, he went into this. But when I was looking through some of the testimony yesterday, quite an interesting exchange with one of the assistant news editors who'd been one of the sort of royal, that was her area from the Mirror. And, I mean, some of her testimony was really quite kind of eye-raising, which was you were signing off these huge numbers, 900, and you weren't asking any questions. And she was asked, did it not occur to you to sort of dig? And she, no, it literally did not. So I think, you know, we're obviously just very much picking holes in what he is saying, but we're not really picking holes in the other side as well.
Well, Ayesha may not be, Quentin, but as she says... I mean, Prince Harry's testimony has had the holes picked out of it by all of the tabloids this morning. I mean, he knew he was going to be taking on the weight of tabloid institutions, and you know, there's pages and pages and pages, and it's all pretty much critical of him. He's not going to get much sympathy, is he, amongst those who he's targeted?
No.
Yeah, so...
The nation mourns.
So when Ayesha says we can pick holes in his testimony, they absolutely... And you know, they absolutely are.
One of the things he said was that the media is in bed with the government and never criticises the government. Not true. No. So I think he's underinformed, under-intellectual, and if I were him, I'd have kept out of it. But I'm not him, thank goodness.
We're expecting September for the...
That's right. And also, let's be honest, there are certain sections of the press which are very much in bed with the government.